Welcome aboard, all aboard. It's How Not to Game with Callie Jack. Simutrans sessions, which is what I seem to be doing mostly. I do have plans for something else down the road. We will talk about that down the road when I finalize what I'm going to do, or if I might have the time. Right now, we're playing the Pak128, the pretty version of the game, on my first serious try. Yes, there is another one in my saves that says this is my first honest try at it. But I'm sorry, when I only played it for 2 hours, it's obvious I wasn't being very honest about a try. We're giving this one a try, even down to the point of trying to bail the company back out from financial ruin. And we are on the precipice of those. As we see, we're losing about $87,000 a year last year. We're on schedule to lose more than that this year because we're only in November. It's early November, so I'll probably lose about 100,000. And I need to start looking at what is the biggest change. Now, in most of my games in the past, my maintenance was less than my op costs. So we have too few of vehicles operating on too much track. So we need to find ways to start adding other vehicles onto sections of track with minimal work to the maintenance to be able to take and add those in, like maybe a small siding here or there. And luckily, one of those was just right at hand when I saw it. This guy, and he goes to which mills? Well, luckily he goes to our power mill, but he goes to a glass mill we're not serving. So we're going to take the power coal for now. We'll think about the other line, but right now we need to concentrate on making the lines we have be profitable. This is session 14, just so you know. Sorry. I have to say that at some point so that if I ever go back, I can confirm, hey, dummy, you forgot to number them before you loaded them up. Or after you recorded them. So I have to say it somewhere in those first couple of minutes so I can find it and go, oh, yeah, that's right. So we got to get him over to the Telford Power. And with the route already there, that means we won't be adding much maintenance other than a short little run out to here to get us a train. There's our trackage. Oh, this is fun. Instead of doing what I wanted to do, I didn't realize the slope was there. Typical Dave. Typical dummy here. Callie is having a bad day. Callie Jack could really use about 4 extra pots of coffee today, but pretty certain my heart would blow out. Cold is receding finally in the clearing stages, which is just as disgusting. I think we all know that. We won't go into further details. Now, up until now, I've been putting the high-end, high-cost thing in. We're not bothering with that. What we're going to do is do the low-end trick and add 2 extra platforms. Why? Well, those platforms are only $72 a month versus $468 a month. They give me 64, which will be more than enough to hold for a train, and enough depth to the station that we'll be able to expand the train later. Now we gotta find that train depot. And this is the big cost that keeps killing me. I really should have thought better about a centralized location on the map and chosen a better spot, I think. And we still don't have any new power, so that's going to leave us still on the nice slow and limited to 4 in order to keep it at decent speed and not slow down passenger lines too much. Now, another thing I am thinking about doing is putting in some bypasses where I route everybody else through the main line, but the bypass is for passenger down the road so that the passengers can move faster along the same main line. So in other words, what I'd really be doing is leaving the main line for the passenger train, having everybody else pull off onto a slow siding, and waypoint them there so that they go into that and then hold at that signal or that switch without a signal before going on. Might even be a good idea to do a two-sider, you know. We'll see. That's a down the road question. All right, now we know that we've got him set up. Let's go ahead. Oops, unpause the game. And let's get this train for that minimal amount of money into our system. Here's another one we can tie in. Hopefully he goes to Telford too. Now the problem with this is that Telford coal is going to begin to overwhelm very soon. So we're going to need to think about reworking his station. Not so much from how much, but how many trains are going to be coming in and out. And this being Hastings. Call that the Hastings Tap Telford Power. Give them weird names just because I'm just after something to take note. All right. Now this guy, where does he go to? He also goes to coal. Now this is the problem because of the way his run is. And this might be the spot to do the fix. Because we can do a low, slow, climb up on a backside. Boy, this is going to be a tough operation. We have tied in most of what we've got. That's just it. Let's come over to this guy for a second, too. He only goes over to the glass mill across the lake, naturally. This is the main difference between OpenTTD that you see a lot of the guys playing and Simutrans. Is Simutrans, the industries have contracts with various industries, and you have to deal within those contracts. So it's not just wherever you want it to go. So that makes it a little bit more harder to make easy money. And that's why I kind of prefer Simutrans in one sense for this reason. There are other reasons I like Open TTD, and yes, I have played it. I'm not good, but I have played it. If I ever figure out their signaling system and why their train engineers get lost, that's the other thing is, you know, we don't even want to talk about the psychology of the train engineers. That's what I did say was the main difference. The real main difference most people notice is this part here, but the psychology of the train engineers. Ooh, them train crews is crazy over there. Same with their flight crews, their truck drivers. My guys, they don't park on the tracks unless they get stuck. And my train driver tries not to run them over. All right, let's see what we got here. That's not going to work for anything, so let's come back to this guy. And yeah, because he's going to there, it actually, this is a big run. I don't know if we're going to make money that way, but we'll set it up that way, and then down the road, maybe we can do the shorter distance if we need to for speed. I'm just not certain we do. And I'm doing my first bypass siding here right away for that guy. Because he's going to need at least two. Now let's change that to a one-way and that to a one-way the other way. And then a one-way and one-way the other way. And then these guys are like that. Again, same streak. We're just going to go with 4 this time is all. Oops. 4 platform pieces, tiles. Ah, crud, it took it as an extra one. All right, so to take out just that, there's 2 ways I can do it. I can just do it with the bulldozer, does it, or you can do the remove way object track as well. There we go. Okay, that's all one branch station. Let's go get him a train to take and get on the road. And this is going to begin jamming up a lot of our trackage to get over here. And I am afraid we're going to see some freight trains try to use this to get through. We're going to see. If so, then I've got to take it manually route them onto this, add a siding in here, and I probably need one along here now. Yeah. We're going to need sidings, unfortunately. But you're going to come from, no. State. Forgot to take and go into the mode to take a pick. There we go. 100% him. We're going to call this the Birch Collier. Birch Delford Collier. And unleash him. Yes, I understand our company is bankrupt. understand all the goof ups I've done. And now let's see what we can do, or if we have to add those extra orders. Now I do know I'm going to need an extra siding along here. So I'll do one there. We're going to need an extra siding on this stretch. And as a matter of fact, I think it's time to just start admitting that I've made some very serious mistakes in my routings. There we go. And of course our big one, and then this guy, we put in our thing on, good. So everything should be functional on the milkmaid line, which is what we're on. We may want to take and consider doing that cut down. And let's see what we're going to be up against now financially. Trips for the year looks like it's going to be down. That's not good. But we've added some service, so hopefully that will pull it up next year. We'll see in a later episode. Today I do intend to take and do my 4 to 5 episode blitz. And then I don't know which game we're going to play tomorrow. I probably should go back to the tutorials for a little bit and to the straight up Devil's Tower Fix It. Devil's Tower Fix It, I will be posting at least on Monday the catch up episodes to get you to the point where I am recorded to, so that I will be recording day of drop from now on that. Try not to get as far ahead as I did when I was waiting to learn how, the various things on the processing and how long it took. Yeah, I know there's videos I could have watched. I'd rather beat my head against a wall. Don't you know that? Half the seismic disturbances around me are usually me beating my head on something out of sheer frustration. So we're coming up on 18 minutes here. That's a good point for the first one, especially on a Sunday morning, my time. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. If you're enjoying these, feel free to give a like. Have a great day. Matter of fact, have a better day than I'm having. My day is pretty good. I got coffee.